Hello everyone, welcome back to Jeff Quintin TV, and I'm your host, Jeff Quintin. Here is the most passionate real estate show here on the internet. So today I have the good fortune and joined with me is Dennis Millette. Dennis is an insurance public adjuster, a public adjuster. Today we're going to talk about what his role is as a public adjuster, what he's been doing for me personally and my clients, and so we're going to jump right into it right now to find out if maybe his service is good for you, if you've had damage, which almost many of our clients have had, and you might want to consider instead of using or going to the regular adjuster at your insurance company, you can use a public adjuster. So we'll jump right in. This is Dennis Millette. Dennis, why don't you go ahead and tell all the viewers here your contact information and a little bit about yourself. Real quick bio.
Okay, my name is Dennis Millette. I've been a public insurance adjuster for 32 years. My contact information is, my email is allpropertyadj@aol.com. My phone number is 610-564-1102. That's my cell, and that's always the best number to get me at. I am local now. I live down in Ocean City, so I can respond to any problems or any situations that come up pretty immediate. I'm very experienced in dealing with homeowners claims, many varied homeowners claims. I've dealt with anything from fires, floods, burglaries, environmental claims, so I have a great deal of knowledge in dealing with insurance companies on many levels.
Perfect. And so Dennis, how long have you been a public adjuster?
For 32 years.
32 years. Okay, perfect. So guys, I was introduced to Dennis from a very good, from a family friend, and you know, in the last couple of weeks, it's been, as you all know, it's been one of those weeks where it's been very crazy. You know, I've got a lot of properties, and Dennis has had the good fortune I've had him working with the public adjusters, meeting them, going over everything, taking the pictures, doing everything he does. So Dennis, if you could tell them, you know, what is a public adjuster? What is your role? What's been going on here, and how are you helping these homeowners?
Basically, a public adjuster is someone who is highly trained in dealing with varying types of property claims. As I mentioned earlier, I've dealt with many different claims and many types of claims, so I know how to approach insurance adjusters. I know how to talk to them. I'm very good at negotiating with them and getting the best result and getting my clients the best recovery that they possibly can from their insurance carrier. And the basic reason that you would use a public adjuster is, first of all, because of the knowledge they have and the understanding of the policy terms and conditions, which the average person has no idea what they are entitled to and how they should present their claim to the insurance company. We present it in a professional manner and do so to keep your best interest in mind. So when you use a public adjuster, they are protecting your interest and making sure that you get the best recovery you can from your insurance company.
Okay, perfect. So you'll actually get a copy of the homeowner's policies, and you'll interpret it exactly what that's all about?
Right. If somebody tells me what type of policy they have, I've been doing this so long that I basically understand what is in the policy and what they're entitled to. I have a great library to help me with new and upcoming laws and regulations that are developed with the insurance companies, especially with flood companies. Every year they seem to change the regulations, seem to change the rules a little bit, so it becomes more complex for the average person to really understand what they're entitled to from their insurance carrier. And I keep up with these things. I also keep up with the news through the internet and everything else. The National Flood Insurance Company that we're dealing with is constantly updating things, and the regulations are constantly changing. So it's important that someone knows and keeps up with those regulations to keep their clients informed and also to protect their interests as best as possible.
Okay, that's good. And so what do you charge? How do you get paid? When do you get paid? You know, the question is, well, you know, they take a portion or they get paid up front. How's that work?
Basically, we work on a contingency fee basis, okay, and it really depends on the size of the loss and what we're doing. Our fees are average about 10 to 15%. A lot of guys charge a lot more money. I've been in the business for a lot of years, and I try to do the best thing that I possibly can for my clients. I work as close to the cuff as I possibly can with my fees. A lot of these companies that are in the business are charging 25 to 35%, which I would never do. I try to keep my clients' interest at heart.
So okay. So some are charging 25-30%. You're 10-15 roughly.
Yes.
And that's the amount of the claim which you're submitting for, and it gets approved by the insurance company.
Exactly, over your deductible. Okay, so
over the deductible. Got
exactly.
it. Okay.
Exactly.
And then when does that come through? I mean, so let's just say, for example, there's a $20,000 claim. The deductible's $1,000. $19,000 is going to come to the homeowner.
Right.
And you get paid when?
I get paid when the client gets paid. So it's nothing out of pocket to you. So it's not a hardship on you. It's basically out of the settlement, and when I settle the claim, that's when I get paid.
And then so are you working directly with the public or the adjuster from the insurance, right?
Yes.
And then also sometimes with the contractors, if they're looking to get an estimate, or the estimates have to come to you, or how does that work?
It depends. On some claims, I work with the contractors. And some claims we write our own estimates. It just varies from claim to claim. Every claim is basically individual. I also make sure that I get all the expenditures that are incurred as a result of this claim. And with the flood claims, there are some restrictions, so they don't cover certain items. So I know basically what you can claim and what you can present to the insurance company.
Got it. And so what would be some of the mistakes that homeowners make by doing it on their own? Tell me some of the most common things you see, and what that's all about, and especially in the resort market, because 90% of our clients, like you guys, live way outside of the area. They have to come down and meet the adjuster and all that. But what are some of the common mistakes you see happen?
Well, probably the biggest mistake I see that homeowners make is they say too much to their insurance company. Mm-hmm. Okay, when I become your representative, I become your spokesperson and also your cushion, so that I can answer questions and do it in a professional manner, and then get questions answered at some point later in talking to my insureds. A lot of times people will tell the adjuster, well, this couch that I've had is 50 years old or 20 years old, and it wasn't really that important to me, or it wasn't worth a lot of money. But everything that you have is of value, and you have to remember something, that the insurance company doesn't always work in your best interest. They depreciate what you have, and they take a deductible. So my job is to make sure that a lot of those expenditures that you are expending, or the deductions that the insurance company is taking away from you, are covered under your loss. And because of my professional ability and my knowledge in the business, I can do that.
That's great. So a lot of people basically are saying a little bit, they're not presenting it.
Yes, they're
in
not
their
presenting
best
it.
interest. They're just giving a lot of information.
And not only that, but they're not presenting it in a professional manner to the insurance company. When it comes to contents and building claims, I know how to present it to the company, and also know how to talk to the adjusters. Certain things that you would do and say to the adjuster as you're walking through your loss would not be in your best interest. Whereas because of my knowledge and my experience, I know how to talk to the adjusters, I know how to negotiate with them, and I know how to get more money out of your claim by my knowledge and experience.
Right. And I personally have experienced it where Dennis is actually bringing up certain items that are in my properties that I never thought to even claim, that I didn't even thought to even put on the claim. He's saying, well, no, that door got water. Well, the door apparently right now looks good, but 6 months from now it's going to warp. He knows it, I know, and I didn't even think of it because today it looks fine, but down the road it may not. So,
and that's a common mistake that a lot of homeowners make. They don't anticipate, or they don't see what the long-term effect of the type of loss that you've experienced is on the things in your home, and that's the experience level that I have, and that's what helps the homeowner, is the experience that you have and knowing how certain losses affect property.
That's great.
That's the difference.
That's perfect. Anything else that you want to add to the viewers out there?
I just think that if someone uses a professional, what they're basically doing is they're not risking and saying, you've worked your whole life to develop your assets and things like that, and why risk it and thinking that you may be able to do what a professional knows what to do. And that's the important difference, is that we know what to do and how to deal with the insurance company, where you may think you do, but in many cases you don't. So I think that it's important that you at least consult with an expert in the field, and then you can make the determination as to whether you should use that individual in your particular situation.
That's great. Well, again, Dennis Millette, if you can tell the viewers, if you will, again, your contact information. If anybody wants to reach out to Dennis, send him an email. You got a cell phone number, always call me. But again, tell him your contact.
It's Dennis Millette, and my email is allpropertyadj@aol.com. It's all one word, allpropertyadj, and my phone number is 610-564-1102.
And guys, again, feel free to call me. Any questions, concerns, thoughts, feel free to forward this email, share it with a friend. My number again, 609-398-5333. You guys got my email address. Send me back a comment for this. Comment on it, whatever you can do. Again, we look forward to our next conversation being the best of your day. Thank you for watching.